Let's bring him in now. One of the stars of Surviving Compton, Dre, Suge, and Miss LA, actor Curtis Hamilton. Curtis, how are you?
What's up, guys? I'm great, man. Can't complain.
Thanks.
How you doing?
Thanks for joining us. Doing well, man.
Great.
So let's talk about this movie now. I mean, 2.3 million people watched it. A lot of people are talking about it. There's a buzz about this particular movie. Overall, you obviously felt like this movie resonated with the public.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, it's domestic violence. It's a movie not only about iconic figures, but it's a message in domestic violence, and not just from the abuser side, but from the abusee side. And and hopefully some other people, not male and female, won't make the same mistake that she did. And be strong enough to say no and move on. So yeah, man, I feel like we got a great product.
So let me ask you this: how did you prepare to play Dr. Dre?
Gosh, how did I prepare? First off, I kind of was familiar with his music and seeing him in interviews. I'm a fan of Dre. Dre is amazing, man. Probably one of the best producers of all time. So I kind of knew that, but I had to go back. So there's not a lot of YouTube clips of him at that age. It was like maybe a few. And I studied the crap out of those as much as I could. And I did that, but then, I talked to Michelet, and she just gave me that stamp of approval, like, yo, yeah, that's what Dre did. That's what Dre, that's exactly what Dre did. I was like, for real? Because I hadn't spoken to anybody that knows Dre to say, yeah, that's what he did. I just kind of like saw, and I kind of tried to mimic what I felt was the right thing to do. But once she told me that, man, that's exactly how Dre moves. That's exactly, how Dre moves his lips and his body mannerisms, man, I just ran with it. And, her vote of confidence was all I needed.
Let me ask you a question. Do you Dre wasn't too happy about this particular movie. Do you think you would have gotten any cooperation from friends of Dre?
Is that a serious question? Heck no. I mean, that's Dre, man. It's as I would want my friends to do. It's the past. It's 25 years ago to ride with me, and you would expect that from his friends, man. And I wouldn't even feel right to ask them to tell me something about Dre to help me play a role that is shedding him in such a negative and defaming light. I would never do that, man. But it is what it is, man. It's art. I was just playing a character. I love Dre, man. I think he's dope. I was talking to Michelet, and we were both talking. I was like, man, we did not expect this type of reaction. I kind of almost feel bad because I have a lot to do with people's reaction of him right now, and it's just like I feel like he's a good dude, and and that was 25 years ago. People change, and and the reaction he's getting now, I was like, damn, I kind of feel bad. And then Michelet's like, yeah, I didn't expect it, she wanted to tell her story. That's the only thing I can respect, and I appreciate her giving me the opportunity to play somebody as dope as Dre.
So your opinion of Dre hasn't changed?
No. I didn't know too much about it. I didn't know to the extent that I know now. I didn't know to that extent. But I would want someone to forgive me and whatever I've done in my past since it came up, and they would look at me and see that I'm a changed man. And if Dre has changed, if Dre is a different person today, man, we got to respect that, man. We have to, because we all have a past. We all got a past that we probably don't want someone to know the complete of, and maybe just, fragments here and there, but not the whole thing. And she pretty much put out everything as much as she put out a lot. And she put out a lot of deep, just like, stuff that you just kind of, it's hard not to look at somebody like that. But I'm the type of person, man, that I give people second, third chances in my life, man. Because I would want someone to do the same thing to me. So I haven't changed my opinion on him, man. He is what it is. I respect his music, and until I know him personally, I have no right to judge him other than that.
Sounds good. We're talking to one of the stars of Surviving Compton, actor Curtis Hamilton. So let me ask you this. Before watching this, I did not know Michel'le had a baby by both Dre and Suge. But how much did you know about Michel'le's story before you took this role?
About me, you know what? To be honest with you, I knew Something in My Heart. I knew that song. That's dope. That's a dope song. So I kind of vaguely knew that. In terms of Michel'le, I knew the voice. Like I knew the woman with the squeaky voice. So when I heard somebody say that, and then I heard her talk, I was like, oh yeah. But I didn't know a ton about her before. I got into this movie. I knew of her, but I didn't know too much. So I learned a lot, and me and her, our relationship is amazing, man. That woman is her personality, man, and just her generosity and her just everything about her, man. I love. We just like click like best friends. It's kind of crazy how our relationship is. So
that's pretty cool. So let me ask you this now: how did this role come about for you?
How did it? My agency got me the audition with Leah Daniels, and I shout out to Leah Daniels and Leah Daniels, who is Lee Daniels' sister, and Fern Champion, the casting directors on the spot. Man, I went on one other audition and they saw me. They had never seen me before, and I'll never forget. Leah was like, "Where you been at? Why have I never seen you before? Why haven't you never been in for any of my projects?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know." I'm like, "I've been out here. I've been trying to get you to find me." So that was my second audition I've ever went on for her, and my agency got me the audition, and I just went in, and as this is a no business. I was like, "Man, I ain't gonna get this. That's Dr. Dre. I'm not no thug. That's not who I am. They're gonna look at me like, man, this dude, he can't play this." I win. I got second call back, and I got a third call back, and I was like, this is a true story. I went in an audition, and I left out of there feeling great. And I was like, man, I did my thing, I was like, yeah, I killed that. And I went to Erewhon, and I remember people that always see me that I was dressed in character. I was dressed like I went into the audition, and the dude behind the bar was like, "Man, you know who you look like?" And I was like, "Nah, what's up? Who?" I was like, "What? Will Smith, Romeo? Come on, shoot me." And and then he was like, "You look like a young Drake." I was like, "You know what? I just went on an audition for that, man." He's like, "What?" I was like, dead serious. He's like, "Man, you gonna book that?" Two auditions later, I ended up booking it, man. So it was meant to be, I guess.
So, and I do see the Romeo. I do see the Romeo.
Man, stop it, man.
A little bit. I do see that.
I know. I keep all the girls, hitting me up on my Insta and like, "Hey, you look like Master P got another child out here. Don't tell me. Let me find out Master P got another child out here. Where he been at?" I'm like, "Y'all crazy." They're like, "Man, he need to play Master P in a biopic now." I'm like, "Look, y'all crazy, man." So people tagging me with photos of Romeo. It's kind of been funny. I don't think I look like him. Shout out to Romeo, but whatever. I'll take it. He's a good-looking dude, I guess.
I know over time, you and Michel'le, you guys got cool with one another. But let me ask you this. I got to ask it. It's not your story, and there's two sides to every story. But overall, do you believe her?
Man. Do I believe her? Is this like a serious question? You got jokes. You got jokes, huh? I have no choice but to believe her. But yeah, I believe her because I was there with her, man, reliving these moments. Like, she has yet to finish the movie. So it's hard for somebody when they're lying to unless they're just some great actress and she's never acted. So everything she did in the movie was raw. Like, she'd never done this. We didn't practice it before. It was like all just right in the moment type stuff. So like that scene where she comes in from the bathroom, and I kind of beat her up in the bed. The character Michel'le in the bed. Like she broke down and started crying, man. And I I had to console her after they said cut because this woman was
Wow.
like bawling, crying. So she said it took her back. So you gotta respect somebody that is really just that really was reliving moments. It just seems so genuine and real, man. And I respect her. She seems like to be a candid and real person. So yes, I believe it. Put me on the record.
How hard? I mean, obviously those scenes where Dre is abusing her. How hard was that for you?
Gosh, man, how hard. Woo. Man, to be honest with you, it was very, very, very difficult. It's exhausting, man. It was so exhausting doing those scenes because one thing, I respect the art. I respect my craft, and I had to get outside of me, and I had to really understand why he would do that. I had to really go there. And the only thing I could really think of was that maybe it was an insecure guy. He's young, he's rich, and this girl of his, who he came up with through nothing, is now getting shine, and people are giving her compliments, and people are just praising her, and we've all been jealous. We got our friends that everybody has their time. It's like, say a friend is like the super popular person in high school, and you like, what about me? And I could just try to understand why he felt that way, and it was tough, man, because I've never hit a woman. I never will hit a woman. I grew up in a very Christian home, and it's not something that I actually witnessed. I knew my aunt had gone through that, but still, I've never witnessed this and witnessed and really talked to anyone who had been through it. So it was tough, man. It was real tough to actually see it and do it and make it as believable as I could. It was tough, but hey, it's art. So I try to just leave Curtis at the hotel. And when I got on set, I was just okay. I was Dre, man. I was just I was a whole other person. It was crazy. It was tough, man. I was exhausted after every day doing those things.
We're talking to one of the stars of Surviving Compton, Dre Sugar, Michelle A, actor Curtis Hamilton. Now, Curtis, you played some football, man. Did some things at Western Kentucky. Had a shot up with the Bears. Had a shot with the Saints. What happened football-wise for you?
What happened, man? It was a tough time in my life, honestly. It was a tough time in my life. I wasn't mentally where I should have been, and the NFL is a tough. When you're a free agent coming in, and I came from a smaller school, and my chances were slim. So it was just like if I didn't come in knocking doors down, and people were being like, "Who is that guy?" It was I didn't have many chances to fail or to not. I didn't. So I can remember. I'm not going to get into detail because, but I remember one time that I did miss. I set out one team run, and the next thing you know, the next day I was cut, and because I was like my groin hurt or something, and I was cut the next day. And I had good practices before. It's just that's the business. Like they will cut you if they don't have any financial, investment in you. It's hey. You chop liver, baby. You out of here. They don't. It don't even matter because I was doing decent, and then I got to the Saints, and then I dropped some balls, and they got rid of me the next week or so. I was just like, wow, it's cutthroat, man. But I wasn't mentally where I should have been. But I will say, man, I was good enough. I'm gonna take that to my grave. I'm gonna take that to my grave for sure.
At the end of the day, was that the best thing that happened to you?
Which one? The football?
Yeah, football. Now, football not working out for you.
Man, I hate the cliche, everything happens for a reason. But let me see, man. It made me a stronger man. It made me a stronger person. I'm a very just type of person that I don't quit. And for me to quit that hurt, man, because coming from a small town, everybody's looking at you to make it, because not many people come from my town to actually do stuff like that I was doing. We had a few people, but it's an anomaly. So it really hurt in that regard because I really didn't give people a reason why. I just kind of walked away, and I try to do it as silently as I can. But you really can't hide when it comes to that because it's Google is a powerful thing, and then you got people at home asking you, well, what's up, and, you know. So I was kind of embarrassed, and but I will say it made me a stronger person. It made me who I am today, and I can't regret that because I'm doing something that I love to do now. Not everybody gets that opportunity, but I learned a lot through the whole situation because I see how easily someone can just toss you away. Because, you know, in college, I was a star athlete.
For sure.
And I wasn't really kind of used to that. I wasn't used to being treated like that, especially when I thought I was good enough. You know, I would figure someone would give me more than a one chance. So, but I took that and I understand business, man. After college, everything is business. The business that I'm in now is business. So at the end of the day, you have to always be prepared and you have to always be on your game because people don't care. You know, if you're messing up their bottom line, you know they got money on the table. That's why when I went on set.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. So whenever I went on set, I was prepared, man, and shout out to Janice Cook, who was the director on the shoot, and my producer, Leslie Greif. You know, I try to always be first. This is athletic. This is athlete mentality. I was first on set. You know, I came to table reads, you know, with my lines already down, and I prepared the same way I would as an athlete. So that's what I give sports when it comes to this business.
What's next for you?
What's next, man? Hopefully a lot. Well, I just got back shooting a national commercial. That's how I got in the game, which is funny. And I hadn't done a commercial in a while. I just shot a national commercial with Ford. I just got back from Denver. So right now, I'm really I'm being choosy to try to say what roles I want to pick next because I feel like people kind of can see that I got some chops, you know, and it takes just that one role. And but I'm hoping that I can get something that challenges me. You know, if I can choose, I want something that could challenge me. Right now, I don't have a particular role that I'm going to be doing, but I want something that's going to challenge me in a different way than that is. But it's acting, and I'm having fun. You know, I just want to work, man. I just want to be, you know, doing what I love to do, and so far, and I hope this movie brings a lot of opportunity for that. That's the only thing I can really hope for. So
for sure. So before we get out of here, how much football do you still watch? Do you still watch a lot of football?
Heck yeah. You know, I'm a country boy, man. We got nothing else to do. We got nothing else in Kentucky, so I know you probably hate it. Where you from, man?
I'm from the Philadelphia area.
Yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan. I know. Shoot me.
Wow.
My dad was a Cowboys fan, so I know we in the same division, the Eagles, Cowboys. I do, but I keep up with everybody. I just love football. But yeah, so I try to watch. I play fantasy. I'm a FanDuel guy. But my team, for the most part, is the Cowboys. I'm not gonna lie. I stopped watching them for a while because they're like Stephen A. Smith says, they're accident waiting to happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of frustrating being a Cowboys fan, man. And they always messing up. But right now, man, we rolling. So
you're good with Dak staying in there.
Yeah, man. How could you not, man? This dude is balling. Yo, Dak is balling, man. He's what he got, one interception he threw last week on like a Hail Mary or something like. No, it wasn't a Hail Mary. It was like
it was a regular pass.
Yeah, it was behind. It was behind the receiver. But he got one interception. They're 5-1, leading. You know, he's managing the game as best as the game can be managed. And what I do like, he seems to be more durable than Tony. He's bigger. You know, his arm is just as well. He's more athletic, and he may not be cerebrally there. I don't know if there's even a word. I just made it up. He may not be there. You know. I know his cerebral game may not be as strong as Tony's right now, but what we do have, we have youth, we have, I feel like, durability, because what like they say, the best availability is durability. If you're not going to be out there, what's the point? I don't care how good you are if you're always going to be hurt. Like Ben Roethlisberger is hurt right now. I mean, I love that guy, but he's always hurt. He got 2 rings, so he gets the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really say much to the dude because he gave y'all 2 rings, but he's always hurt, man. He's always hurt. I'm not a Pittsburgh fan, but he's always hurt. It's like as a, you know, the quarterback position is the most important position on the field, and if they're not out there, you gotta move on, man. And I like Tony. I'm not gonna say I love Tony. I like Tony. I think he's a good quarterback. He's he's spontaneous. He got that Aaron Rodgers thing to him. He's always making plays. You know, that Ben Roethlisberger thing. He's always making plays outside the pocket and extending plays. But he's always hurt, man. We can't have it. We gotta if Dak is gonna keep up with this, we gotta stick with the youngster. You know what I'm saying? What give me your opinion. What you think?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, obviously, you're 5-1 with Dak Prescott and Tony Romo, 36 years old, been injured the last 2 seasons at this point in time. So if you got Dak Prescott rolling, at some point you're going to have to replace Tony Romo. So you got somebody to replace him. I think you got to ride with the young guy at this point and see what happens. I mean, maybe this whole thing could be, you remember the 90s Cowboys with Emmett and Aikman and Irvin in that big-time offensive line. Fast forward to 2016, Dak, Elliott, maybe Des Bryant, big-time offensive line. You had Jay Novacek back there at the tight end back in the 90s. You got Jason Witten now. So maybe you got that similar thing going on, and I think you ride it till the wheels fall off.
Man, see, I appreciate you saying that, being an Eagles fan, because you know how y'all Eagles fans, y'all can be a little, put Tony back in there because y'all know he's probably going to get hurt. And it's going to help out your chances of winning the division.
But here's what I will say. Tony Romo, if healthy, can play. He can get it done. The numbers show that he can get it done if he is healthy. But he hasn't been healthy. And Dak is just playing too good. The team is just rolling at this point. You can't make that change. You can't.
Yep. I know that's exactly how I feel, man. As much as because you want, because I'm an athlete. You play sports. I would hate to lose my job because of an injury. That sucks. And when you still got game, he got game left. Tony has game left. But man, this guy he's balling, man. He's financially he's cheaper, and he's giving you just as much. And it's just like, man, it sucks, but it's like Tony's giving. Well, how many chances have we given Tony? Like, I mean, what is this? His 9th, 10th year at the Cowboys?
He's giving Tony a lot of chances. A lot of
playoff wins, man. 2 playoff wins. It hurts. It hurts to say it, but it's time. Maybe it's time for a change. Maybe.
Here's what I said. My thing was the way Dak Prescott played. I mean, you went into Green Bay and beat the Packers. So to me, that was a done deal at that point. He's the starter moving forward. I mean, that was a done deal. I mean, after you win that particular game, that's it. He's the starter. No argument.
Yep. I mean, you can't. At the end of the day, you can't argue that bottom line. And the bottom line is they are 5-1. And I don't care if it's because of the running game, the offensive line, blah blah blah. He's managing the game. Oh well. You're gonna ride this wave until that wave becomes flat. And right now, that wave is going. Like it's you got to, man. And I mean, I will say this, and it's a weak division, so it's kind of hard. It's a weak division. The Green Bay Packers aren't as good as they usually are. Aaron Rodgers isn't playing like the Aaron Rodgers that we're used to. He hasn't played really that way in the last probably like 2 years. He's still top 5 quarterback in terms of how he's playing, but we used to Aaron Rodgers being historically the best ever. You know what I'm saying? So Tony was playing against that Aaron Rodgers when they played the Green Bay Packers. So right, Dak is getting the lesser of Aaron Rodgers because that was the 2014 Aaron Rodgers. I don't think they would have won that game.
But here's the thing, like we talk about Aaron Rodgers and him slipping and everything, and he's had, he doesn't look like the Aaron Rodgers that we all know and love. But at the same time, like if you look at his numbers last year, it was 31 touchdowns and eight interceptions. So if you didn't watch him play, you would think, looking at the numbers, that he had a great year. But it wasn't a typical Aaron Rodgers year. Even this year, 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I think it's a little bit of panic going on, kind of some crazy talk at this point. Aaron Rodgers isn't done. He's still big time.
No.
He's still going to turn around and have a big time season. He's not done.
Who said he was done?
I'm just saying.
Somebody said. Oh, I was about to say, you getting calls on the radio that he's done?
Done might be a little extreme, but at the same time, you got people just talking and talking and talking. I think it's just hype. Could you remember a few years back when Tom Brady got off to that slow start, and then everybody was talking about him being done?
Yep.
He's not done.
Heck no, man. That dude right there. I need to drink the water that he drinks. Whatever he's drinking, I want to be drinking that when I'm 35, whatever how old he is. I want to be drinking that because he's like
32.
He's better now. He's 30 what?
32.
He's only 32?
Only 32.
Wow. Why does he seem? I guess he has an old soul. To me, he seems like he's about late 30s. It's kind of weird. Anyway, but man, I feel like he's better now than he was during those Super Bowl win seasons. I don't know. That's just me, man. He's a monster, man. He has the best coach in the game. The best coach in the game. I have nothing but respect for that guy. As much as I want to hate him, I can't. I'm like, man, I want to hate you, Brady. I want to hate you.
Oh, you're talking Brady? Brady's 39.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I thought whenever did you bring up Brady? You said
I was talking about Brady in that year. I think it was 2013 where he got up to that slow start and everybody was talking and saying he might be done. And this might be a similar situation with Aaron Rodgers here at this point.
Yeah. That's why I got on the Brady rant. I was like, that guy is, I was like, because, he's 30. You said he's 39. 39?
39, yeah.
So I said, I want whatever he's drinking when I'm that age, I want some. Because he's playing better now than he ever has, man. It's crazy. It's amazing.
It's a testament to his greatness, man. And he's still big time, still balling, still one of the best quarterbacks in football, man. And that's crazy. At 39, at some point, Father Time wins all the time, so just a matter of time.
So what do you think about Odell Beckham? You think it's a TO in the making, or do you think that, or do you like what his approach to the game?
Here's the thing. He's big time. His numbers are big time. He's big time. But at the same time, even though he's big time, he's got to rein it in a little bit. You're hurting your team when you take your helmet off and cost your team 15 yards. And it almost cost them that game. It almost cost him that game. He's highly emotional. And to your point, maybe he is, at this point, a poor man's T.O. And as he gets older, maybe it might get worse. But at the same time, maybe the Giants can rein him in just a little bit. But I also think, here's the thing about Odell Beckham. He's one of those guys, I think, he has to have that emotional side to him in order for him to be effective, in order for him to be great. He's got to have that emotional side, I think. So you got to be careful in terms of reining him in, because you can't rein him in too much, but you got to rein him in enough.
Yep. I agree with you. That's the thing, man, because, being a former athlete, it's like you everybody plays different. You have Amari Cooper who doesn't say anything. You got Steve Smith who's going to talk. He's going to let you know what he's doing. It's like if you took away Steve Smith's mouthpiece, he wouldn't be Steve Smith.
Right.
If you took away, told him he can't react that way, he would not be what people look at today and revere and respect and talk about as a Hall of Fame caliber receiver. You wouldn't. And I think that Odell Beckham, he needs to learn, like you said, he just needs to learn how to manage, to balance that aggression and that attitude to make his play as effective and proficient as he can. And he just has to. The thing is, he does stuff. I think he's so stuck on me attention that when he does stuff outside of when he's isolated out there and the camera catches him, that's where he messes up. I think that's the problem, is that he's so used to, like, I need to be the attention, even when it's good and when it's bad. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't know how to actually get away with those little small. Well, I shouldn't call them small. Some are big, but yeah, I would say they're small. Like just those little fights. Because everybody does them, but he takes his to another level. He may do it a little 3 seconds longer than it should. Or do what you got to do and run back to the huddle. But he has to make sure everybody in the stadium knows what he just did. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna punk me. I got to make sure whatever we're doing is going to last 3 seconds after the whistle. It's just he does stuff like that. But I think, like you said, you have to let him stay in that aggressive mode, and he has to keep that edge, because that's what makes him the phenomenal talent he is outside of his athletic ability. That dude he's competitive, man. I love it, man. I love watching him play. I love seeing him go at it. I just love a receiver that talks crap, and then at the same time, it's just like, what's up? Let's go. Stop me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my favorite receiver of all time. I don't care what nobody says about that guy. He is my favorite receiver of all time. Jerry Rice is the GOAT. Love him, man. Love that dude, man. I don't get that people were saying Randy Moss is better than T.O. Randy Moss is the top 5 receiver of all time, but just to me, I'm a T.O. dude. I'm going to be a T.O. dude forever. That dude is a dog. I love him. So
for sure.
All you T.O. haters, back off.
But let me ask you this. I mean, you're a wide receiver. I mean, are all you guys divas?
If you ask probably my teammates and my coaches in college, the answer would probably be yeah. But I got a but in there, man. I worked my butt off. And but you only get so many chances. And when I was in college, we were a running team for the most part.
Okay.
And I only got so many chances, man. And when I was in high school, we were a balanced team, but you only get so many chances, and if you get 8 balls thrown to you that game, and the quarterback was off on 3 of them, like three balls are bad passes, so you got 5 chances to make something happen. You gotta be a diva. You gotta have that swag. You got to have that aura about you, man. You can't be like, yeah, if I get the ball, cool. Nah. You name me one receiver that's like that and is productive and who is good, who's looked at as like one of the best in the game. You name me one that is like that. I'll wait.
So basically what you're telling me is all you guys are divas.
Man, I don't like that word, man. I don't like that word.
So maybe all you guys, okay, you're not divas, but you like to get the ball thrown to you.
I mean, we like to make plays, man. I don't call it. Some of them are a little more divish than others. This is the way I define a diva. A diva is somebody who is not going to compete when the ball is not coming to them. A diva is somebody who is all about me. A diva is somebody who, like when you think of a diva, all the attention's on me. It's all about me. If I'm not playing well, then it doesn't matter. Well, so that's why some people perceive Beckham to be a diva, because they're winning and he's still complaining about his stats.
Right.
And that's a diva to me. A diva is somebody. It's not really about the team. It's about how good do I look. Yeah. How does people look at me? You know what I'm saying? Like, look at my clothes. Like to me, Deion Sanders is the best cornerback, and I would put Deion in that diva category, even though he's the best of all time, because it didn't matter with Deion, man. It was all about Deion, and that's what makes prime time. But Deion was a little diva. But then you got like Jerry Rice. You think Jerry Rice didn't want the ball? You daggone right he wanted the ball.
He pouted on the sidelines at times too. They all do.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, I should stop before I, yeah, you're right. Now, let me just shut up. I think any athlete it has some diva qualities about him. But look, it doesn't bother me, because if you don't got that, if you don't have that quality about you that you want to be the best and you want to shine, you're probably not going to be the best, man. Because look at Tom Brady. I mean, yo, that dude right there, his competitive level is on a whole. Some people don't like his vibrato. Like, people don't like how he is, how he carries himself, and how he talks, and they think he acts like he's better than. But when he gets on that field, he shows it, and it's because of that swag. Because of that swag, baby.
So before we get out of here, let me ask you this: do you think at any point in time that you will ever meet Dr. Dre?
You know what, man? I'm gonna be honest with you. You're the first person that's asked me this question. I have met Dr. Dre.
Okay.
I have met Dr. Dre at the gym on numerous occasions. I've spoken to Dr. Dre. That's what I'm saying, man. That's why you asked me that. Playing this role and learning more about him in this particular light was going to affect and mold the way I'm going to view him now. And that's why I said no, because the guy that I know, the guy that I've met, and the guy that is presented himself to me has been nothing but a nice guy, charismatic, thoughtful, go out his way to say hi. Not many celebrities, man, not many celebrities do that. Not many celebrities go out of their way to say, ask you how's it going, say what's up, see you across the room, wave their hands. He did that. Like, I go to Equinox in LA, and he used to come here, and I used to see him. He used to always say what's up. So it kind of hurts for me to have to play this role, but it's art for me, man. So I left my personal. I have to. I got to leave my personal set aside, because it's nothing personal with me, and I don't look at him any differently. I still respect the man. I think he's the best of all time when it comes to producing, and that's the way. That's where I leave it. And the relationship Michel'le and Dre had, that's them. So, and that's their past, and that's their issue, and that's something that they have to live with. But I'm gonna go to bed at night. I don't want people to look at him like that, because I want people to understand that this is 25 years ago. We all have a past, and this is just a piece of art that we're showing, and that hopefully that kids and women and men, whoever's been through domestic violence, that they can learn something. Maybe this could help them if they ever encounter it, and they can make better decisions, and they can know that it's not right. Because a lot of people that have gone through domestic violence they don't understand that it's not right. Like Michel'le, you watch the movie, her grandmother was telling her, oh, that's what men do. If a man doesn't hit you, it means he doesn't love you. And which a lot of people feel as if a lot of people that have gone through it, that's really how they feel. And as much as it's hard to say to me to understand, and anyone else who's never lived it or knows someone who ever lived that, that's reality, man. And that's really the thought process of a lot of domestic abusees. That's their mindset. They really feel as if this person loves me. That's why he's hitting me. Right. It's crazy, and it's mind blowing that that's the mentality of victims. And so I don't look at Dre in any way other than it was his past. and I can't
And I think
get
that's
caught
fair.
up in it, man. Yeah, so
I think that's fair.
but he's a good dude, man. I want to say that I know. So I'm guessing now. You know, he knows that I'm playing this role. I'm not sure if he remembers that it was me from the gym, but all I can say is, man, I still respect the guy, and I wish that people would have the same the way have the same heart that I'm giving to it, and understand that it's just fast, man, and forgive the man and just learn something from the film. That's the best thing that we could all get from this. Let everything else be.
Sounds good, man. Definitely. So, fans, make sure, if you haven't seen the movie, it's on Lifetime somewhere at some point in time. Check your local listings. Watch on demand. Just watch and support this man. Hit him up on Twitter at @C_Hamilton15. Facebook, Curtis Hamilton 15. And support all the great things going on with actor Curtis Hamilton.
Forget Instagram is the Curtis Hamilton. So I'm mostly on Instagram, but my Facebook is connected to my Twitter. So my Facebook, whatever I post on Facebook goes to Twitter. But I'm really on Instagram. But you can catch me all those places, man. And hopefully I got some exciting stuff to come for you guys. And please follow and hit me up, man. I try to respond as much people I can. So if you got any questions, you want to ask me something, holla at your boy.
For sure. Curtis, absolute pleasure talking to you. Wish you nothing but the best of luck moving forward. Would love to do it again. Take care.
Hey, man, you too, man. God bless you. And let's go Cowboys.
Boy, bye.
Hey, look, y'all going to be home this year, and we're going to be in those playoffs with Dak Prescott. Remember that. I'm putting it on record. Dak Prescott taking us to the playoffs, so we actually going to win a playoff game. And I'm out.